Hello everyone, here is Landus again, and this is the most stupid and nonsense fun build I've ever played. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to face tank bosses and most of the time even stun them, holding your flame blast and chaining 1,000 of Vaal molten shells in a second, but the reasons why I hate it are that it's squishy, so I wouldn't suggest using it without a lightning coil. Because those porcupines are just waiting for you to not shatter their corpses and kill you. And of course you can't pick up loot, like you can take exalted orbs or uniques, but all the rest is pretty much impossible to take. And I'm more a type of guy that picks up a lot of stuff like chromatics, jewelers. So this is probably the worst league to try out this build because of Perandus. Yeah, remember those shiny little boxes full of coins? Well, forget about that or come back after you've cleared the entire map. But that doesn't really make sense because what's the point of going that fast if you have to come back later? The last issue is that this build is really expensive. You'll need 2 consuming dark daggers to convert fire damage into chaos, otherwise you would one-shot yourself with reflect, and a skull's beardle helmet to proc Vaal molten shell, damaging yourself with whirling blades or flame blast. But to be honest, you shouldn't try this build if you don't have a sacrificial harvester jewel to get more souls from enemies, and even then having more than one will make your life a lot easier. Of course, there are also some pros, like being able to clear a gorge map in 2 minutes, which is completely useless of course, but some players like it, so for them is a really cool thing. But the biggest strength of the Vaal molten shell build that you wouldn't expect on a build like this, you know, with so much clear speed, is the single target damage, which is not only insane, but probably even the highest in the game. About what ascendancy you want with this build, the Elementalist seems to be the strongest option for the proliferation it gives thanks to Beacon of Ruin and Elemental Conflicts to ignite enemies even if you're doing chaos damage. Now onto the gear requirements. Like I said, you need the Consuming Darks and the Skull's Beardle, and for the rest I focused on my gloves and rings on getting as much attack speed as I could, because being fast is the best thing you can do to keep up your Vaal molten shell as much as you can. Then I have this belt, nothing really special. A leather belt is the best choice, and I have some cast speed on my helmet. I believe it doesn't really matter, but it helps with the flame blast when you run out of souls, so you can kill enemies faster. Then the boots, you don't really need movement speed on your boots, but of course having some movement speed will help you when you have to pick up items. Oh wait, I forgot about that, you don't pick up items in this build. Then you want an Azir's Promise to leech from enemies immune to curses, a granite flask of course, and I'm using a mana flask for when I run out of mana, when I'm using flame blast to get some souls. The gems I'm using are whirling blades, faster attacks and fortify, the faster casting, controlled distraction, flame blast and void manipulation. Remember that you can't use spell echo with flame blast anymore, and the flame dash, summon lightning golem and anger. I'm not really sure about if I want the lightning golem or the flame golem, because the flame golem works really well with this because it's a matching golem with the skills I'm using. So flame blast and Vaal molten shell are fire skills and the golem is the fire golem. So if you use the lightning golem, you just get the attack speed and cast speed, but that's really important, and you're still getting double the amount of attack and cast speed thanks to the 100% increased effect of buffs granted by your elemental golems. But I keep the flame golem on my boots, so if I change idea I will have the golem ready. Then Vaal haste and increased duration, then the blasphemy, warlord's mark and haste. Also I'm not really sure if I want anger or haste, because like I said, I'm trying to stack as much attack speed as I can And the anger, it's cool, but you know, you have so much damage already that maybe having more attack speed it's better. I'm not really sure about that. And the main setup is increased area of effect, Vaal molten shell, increased duration, controlled destruction, Vaal manipulation, and added chaos damage. I think it's the best setup. I tried with Innervate. It's a really cool thing to try because Innervate gives you onslaught if you shock an enemy, if you kill a shocked enemy, I believe. So it's always the same problem. Either you want more damage or more attack speed. Like I said, I take Liege of the Primordial and Shaper of Desolation and Beacon of Ruin for the subclass. On the passive skill tree, you start from the spell damage and you go for the Elemental Overload. Really strong, 40% more elemental damage is insane if you don't have crit multiplier on a build, and if you have some global critical strike chance like you have, because the consuming darks are daggers, so it's really cool. Then you want some fire damage, radius of area skills, so amplify, blast radius, and some also from the explosive impact. And you want the potency of will to increase the Vaal molten shell duration. The Vaal Pact, really cool because it basically allows you to face tank every boss in the game. And with Beyond, Perandus, and Invasion, I need to say that it's a really cool thing to have. And after that, you want to get the jewels and as much life as you can. I'm just level 84, so I will have a lot more life when I take all these 5% points. So like I said, I don't really like this build, but if you guys do, remember to like, comment and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!